We are back on
Hello people, this is Chaos Dragon, and
Silver Mist Shadow.
Our second video.
Featuring more pickpocketing and avoiding the heck out of that guard over there.
Yeah,
he is a Templar, he is a very high-ranking guard. Basically, without counters, we have no option but to run the hell away.
Yeah, those Templars.
Although, maybe if we shoved him over enough times, we could stab him.
They won't lift a finger.
But I'm pretty sure he has counter grabs, so
and what will you do? I'll go
push.
Merchant King, he won't see you.
He doesn't have to. I've written him a letter that explains the problem. He can read it and decide for himself.
I think you took that letter.
not yet.
Just need to hide on that bench like nothing's wrong.
And then he starts walking over here and I go back on the bench. Even if you're blending, if they think you've been too close to them for too long, they get suspicious, so... But if you're vanished, then they don't care.
Yeah, it seems like you have the magic power to just hide on a bench.
In the next game, you can do pretty much the same thing as long as you're between at least two people. It was actually, I think, 4 in the next one. And then some random woman crashes into me and starts complaining.
Yeah. It was her fault.
Now, to be honest, I've never gotten the point of calling someone an infidel if they have never shared your faith, or they have faith in something else. Like, if they were really not faithful at all, they would have to be an atheist.
Yeah. Well, it's people over there.
Thank you. Thank
And,
you.
well...
I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear it.
Did Vidic talk about the world being dangerous and barbaric in the modern age last time, or will that be after this?
I don't remember all too well. Yeah, the modern world is kind of like that still.
Yeah, pretty much all this stuff you see us doing here in the Middle East, still happening, except with guns instead of swords.
Yeah.
Come, people. Come see what I've got.
And, I actually, at first, didn't even spot this guy until this part. And,
Then he vanished.
incidentally, here is coming the part where I really would like an editor, because, well, it's about to have a gigantic... Yep, there it goes. Crashed. It crashed. Right there. It recorded for several more seconds because, well, I,
got up to get some...
No, because, I didn't stop it immediately. I was wondering why the hell it was just sitting there.
It's good to see you.
Ah.
And in one piece.
Anyways, we skip all the way over here, because the investigations would have taken too much more time for this video, and I kind of wanted to get our first assassination in, but if you want to watch all the rest of the investigations,
Quite all right. Yes.
they are
you've
in
never
the
been one for
extras
the
section
creed,
that
have
will be
you? Is
uploaded
that all?
after this.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
Sometimes I forget myself. What business brings you to the mask?
A man named Tamir. Al-Muallim takes issue with the work he does. I meant to end it.
I trust you have searched the area to better understand your enemy.
Yes. Here's what I've learned. Tamir rules over the Souk el-Salah. He makes his fortune
Place
selling
name.
arms and armor, and is supported by many in this endeavor. Blacksmiths, traders, financiers. He's the single largest death dealer in the land.
And have you devised a way to rid us of this blight?
A meeting is being arranged at Souk el-Salah to discuss an important sale. They say it's the largest deal Tamir has ever made. He'll be distracted with his work. That's when I'll strike.
Your plan seems solid enough. I give you leave to go.
There was going to be an extra 3 minutes, but, that turned out to have its
Let
audio
Al-Muallim
out of sync
will be
with
done.
this one, so
You may
it
rest
was
here until you're
scrapped.
ready.
Yeah, we're still amateurs at our craft right now.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
And now we are going to start.
Where did we wake up from?
We didn't really wake up, we just sat there preparing for a while. Mentally, I guess.
Mentally
Meditating or
preparing to
something.
kill somebody. Also, hey look, an assassin mark on the ground.
Yep. Back in these times, the assassins had more obvious marks. And they were actually a thing that existed. And
Yep.
we've mentioned this before, though. They were a sect of another sect of Islam, I believe. And they were pretty much exclusively Islamic. In real life. Whereas in this game, they are, well,
Multiple faiths and creeds and things like that.
yeah, pretty much they accept anybody's ideals as long as you don't try to push those ideals on other people and restrict other people's freedom.
Yeah.
Like, you can be a missionary for your faith, just don't be a inquisitor.
Yeah.
Crusade. And here we start encountering the beggars.
I have no money.
No, I don't.
Go away, I have no
Don't
money.
pay me anything here. In the second game, you get money at least. And you can even throw it at people who bother you too much. I just like to throw it at random civilians when I'm planning on climbing a bunch of buildings just so that I don't have to hear them complain.
I just did that because, well, I was bored in my games.
Alright. Here we have a cutscene, so we're gonna be quiet for a bit.
This
Yeah.
is the excuse of a lazy or incompetent man. Which are you?
Neither.
What I see says otherwise. Now, tell me, what do you intend to do to solve this problem of ours? These weapons are needed now.
I see no solution. The men work day and night, but
You could always have the
life
women work.
requires so much, and the
They wouldn't do that.
It is a
back
difficult
then.
route.
Would
Yeah, I
that you could
suppose.
produce weapons with the same skill as you produce excuses.
I have done all I can.
In World War II, that's what they started
Perhaps
doing.
I ask too much.
Yeah.
Too much? I gave you everything. Without me, you would still be
Yeah,
charging
people got
servants for blood.
smart.
All I ask in return was you fill the orders I bring you.
Doesn't
You
matter
say
what
I ask too much?
gender you are.
You dare disrespect me?
Peace, Tamir. I meant no insult.
Then you should have kept your mouth shut.
No, stop!
And this is the part where each assassination target proves how much of a dick they are, pretty much.
Yeah. All he did was cough on you. Well, back then that could be something really bad.
My men.
He actually spit on
Dare
him,
to insult
Ah.
me?
and then he starts cutting him, and stabs him. And he doesn't even do it cleanly either, he just makes him suffer.
No.
And he did that out in public.
Yep.
Let this be a lesson to the rest of you.
And he filled the
Think
freaking
twice
water
before
with
you tell me something
blood.
cannot be done.
Ew.
Now get back to work.
Good thing nobody has to drink from that. All the guards around here are alerted, so be careful. You can recognize what's-his-face by his, white under turban, I guess. Anyways, stab.
Be at peace.
Dead.
You'll pay for
Now,
this.
in the novelization,
You
he actually
and all
talks
your
to
kind.
his targets
It
before
seems you're
he
the one
kills them.
pays now, my friend.
So that's what
Will
you're
not
seeing
profit
with
from
the
suffering any
DNA
longer.
glitch sort of thing here.
death dealer, suckling at
Yep.
the breast of war? A strange target, don't you think? Why
And
me?
that's also
When
why they
so
can
many
talk
others
so
do the
long
same?
after he
You
stabs
believe
them
yourself different
in
then.
what appears to be the
Oh,
throat.
but I am. For I serve a far nobler
Or he
cause than
stabs
mere
him
profit.
back.
Just like my brothers.
Well, the
Brothers.
blood always shows up in
Ah,
the
but he
same
thinks
place
I
no
am.
matter where you end up stabbing them or how
I
you
am
end
but
up
a
killing them.
piece.
Yeah.
A man
You could
with a
throw them
part
off
to
the top
play.
of a roof and it would still show
You'll
the
come to
same
know
thing.
the others soon enough. They won't take kindly to what you've done.
Good. I look forward to ending their lives as well.
Such pride. It will destroy you, child.
It already kind of did.
And now you gotta run.
Yep. That guy tried to take me down with a punch, but I was too cool for that.
It looked like one of those failed high fives right there, though.
Killed what?
Who knows? That's what I said.
Anyways, I
Anyway.
found a bench.
Your magic powers come in handy.
Yep.
We're just gonna sit on this bench, not completely harmless.
And then I just get on a rooftop to avoid having to walk too much. And like I said, I think I said it anyways, I kind of like the effect of the music they use here and the bell ringing in the background. Well, they also use this music in the credits, I think.
Ah.
Word
Anyways,
has reached me
here
of
we
your
are.
victory, Altair. You have my gratitude and my respect.
Thank you.
It is a shame that the other assassins continue to hold you in such poor regard.
Rafik, I do not care what the others think of me.
I forget if Rafik is his name or his title.
As you wish, Altair. You should bring news of your victory to Al-Mullen. I'm certain he has more work for you to do.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Speaking of Rafik, we'll see Malik later.
Great. The guy who stabbed us and took all of our stuff.
No, that's Al Mualim. Malik is
Yeah.
the guy who we nearly got killed and had to get his arm cut off.
Oh yeah, one-arm man.
Out of the machine, Mr. Miles.
What's the matter, Doc?
Miss Stillman is once again insisting I let you rest.
Now, there are some interesting discussions here once he leaves, so... Again, we're pretty much going to be quiet since we haven't really figured out how to put in subtitles, although I could just put them in when I upload it on YouTube.
Yep.
So, feel like telling me who put the stick up his ass?
We have a deadline. 1 week. Well, 6 days now.
Deadline?
I can't talk about it.
Man, put yourself in my shoes. I'm being held hostage by a group of scientists, at least I think you're scientists, and forced to spend all day in some crazy-ass machine. You won't tell me what you're looking for or why you want it, but I'm supposed to be thanking you for keeping me alive. This is so fucked. Sorry, but it is.
What do you want me to do?
Let's see, I don't know. Maybe give me some answers?
I can't. And it's better this way. Safer.
Safer for who?
Both of us.
Hey, you know what? I've got a question I think you can actually answer.
What's up?
Why is it that sometimes the guys in there talk like they're from the future?
The future?
I mean the present. Now, today, whatever.
You've probably noticed that English has become the official language of the Holy Land.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The Animus is translating speech it deems vital into more modern English, so expect a few anachronisms. I could probably make it more authentic, but... You ever read Chaucer?
Who?
Yeah, definitely not for you.
If you're wondering, Chaucer is,
Can you tell me more about Abstergo?
I will
What
say
goes
that
on
later.
here? Beyond the whole keeping me prisoner thing.
Abstergo is one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. Their primary focus is antidepressants. There's some information on the computer over there.
But you already said this isn't about testing a drug. So what's the deal?
I don't like where this is going.
So it's safe to assume the Animus is not a part of their public face.
What, you haven't seen the commercials?
Oh my god. She has a sense of humor.
I'm sorry, Desmond. I've got a lot of work to do. Like I said, if you want to know more about the company, take a look at the computer. The telecommunication stuff is particularly interesting.
The telecommunication stuff is pretty much all we can access. It's her emails.
Ah, great. We're just gonna read people's emails then.
Yeah, pretty much.
Go on about your, what was it again?
Aren't you tired?
The book thing?
Yeah, Chaucer, he is, an author, well, was an author back in, like, I think, like, the 1400s, or maybe even earlier, but he wrote in either Old or Middle English, which basically means it looks almost nothing like modern English. Like, you won't even be able to read it if you can read the King James Bible, because that's just how much older Chaucer's writing is. Shakespeare's writing was relatively straightforward and easy to understand in modern English compared to that.
It's like reading.
You know, whenever I see the term human resources, I always wonder when they started using that, and if it started out as a euphemism that was meant to indicate we shouldn't think of them as anything more than resources.
It might be. That or is a complete joke. Who knows?
Yeah.
They're
Man,
evil,
I can't
though.
even change my clothes.
Speaking of corporate terminology, Mandatory Fun, which is also the name of an album by Weird Al, you should check it out. That product placement was not solicited at all by Weird Al, and we are not associated with him, but I just thought I'd mention it.
Eh. Well, I like him too. He's pretty awesome.
Let's go, Mr. Miles. Time's wasting.
Oh, yay. Time to get up again. Now, you can't actually see it in the video, but several times I have tried to go into high
Where's
profile
Lucy?
so that this thing moves
Oh,
her
don't
along
worry,
faster.
she'll be with us soon enough.
So why are you doing all this, Doc? What are you hoping to accomplish?
You turn the television on lately? Read the newspaper?
Never cared much for that
Oh,
stuff.
okay, I think
Then
here is where
let
he
me sum
talks
up
about
for
it.
you. The world's a mess. It's pathetic, really. You've seen it firsthand yourself. 1,000 years between you and your ancestor, and society remains just as barbaric, just as stupid.
And your
Incidentally, the
point
game
is-
takes place in
Order,
1192.
Miles. The world needs
1192?
order. That is what we're working
Yep.
towards, and that is what you're helping us to achieve.
So that's where you're going back
You
into time
expect me
to?
to
Or
believe
what?
in building a better
No.
tomorrow?
No,
That's
that's
Yeah,
not.
pretty much.
exactly what
Ah.
we're doing. The human race calls out for direction. They want to know why they're here, what they're meant to do. Well, we're going to tell them. And once they understand how to live their lives, everything will be better.
Better how?
An end to all conflicts, large and small. Isn't that what you assassins strive for? Peace in all things?
I told you, I'm not an assassin.
Right, right.
I still don't see where I fit into things.
In time, Mr. Miles. In time, you'll understand. Or you won't. I don't care either way, as long as you show us where it is.
Where what is?
Sorry I'm late. Ready to go?
Yes, we are.
As for where something is and what it is, well, we're saving that for the end of the series where it belongs.
Yep.
We are not going to spoil that. Although I think El Mualim will discuss it with Altair before the end of the series.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk
Use
about
the
that too
scholars
much
you have
either
rescued
because
to
we're
pass
going to keep
unnoticed into guarded
pretty
areas.
much all of that a secret. Anyways, time for another upgrade.
You've done well, Altair. And I'm confident that this is but the first of many successes.
We're getting a
Tamir
rock.
spoke as if he knew you well. He implied my work
Well,
had a larger meaning.
Significance comes not from a single
I'd have to
act,
look up the
but
location
the context
again,
within
but
which it is performed.
Masyaf is a
consequences
physical
born of it.
location that
And is there more I
exists
need to know?
somewhere.
Altair, your
And I
greatest
forget which
failure was
modern
born of
country it
knowing
is
too
in.
much.
I was saying, are we gonna get a rock? But,
It is only
oh,
to ensure you do not make the same
A
mistake
rock.
a second
You
time.
weren't talking about the country
see.
that happens to be.
No, you don't.
where they're
That's
in.
sort
You
of
remain
similar.
this way until you've learned your lesson. Still, you have performed competently, and as such, I
A
restore
rock.
a rank and will return a piece of your equipment. Go now, either to Akka or Jerusalem. There are men in both cities who require your attention. The Bureau leaders can tell you more about what needs to be done.
Anyways, what we do get back is the short blade. Although not the short blade he started out with. His is his actual personal short blade and his personal sword are awesomer.
You have practically scrap versions of it.
Yeah, and we also get the counter kill ability, and this guy is going to tell us all about it. In the
Like
It
or
seems
not.
my students do not fully understand what
well,
it is
he's
to
going to
wield
tell
the
us
blade.
about it in a way that
Perhaps
sort
you
of
could show them
says
what you
we're
know.
actually explaining it to his students instead of the other way around.
Yeah.
Incidentally, you actually cannot lose health here. Because they aren't actually hitting each other with full force, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That counter move he does there, he also does it against the higher ranked guards because he can't actually kill them straight off, but once he knocks a guard down like that, you can either take them out instantly with the hidden blade or just stab them a few times with whichever weapon you have. They'll die.
You must be busy.
Which is
I
pretty much at
understand.
this point how I take out all the higher ranking guards. Knock them over, and then stab them. With,
Repetitively.
yes. With a dinner knife.
Oh, so he gave you his dinner knife then?
Well, compared to his personal blade, it kind of has that. Because you actually get, I think, 2 more upgrades to each of your swords. Oh, and the throwing knives are added back in the second upgrade for the short blade. By which I mean the next upgrade for the short blade.
So yeah, we can throw knives in. Hooray!
Later. We can't throw knives right now, and although it will say a number indicating how many throwing knives we don't have, we can't actually pick any up, because otherwise we would have started with some, because Masyaf is one of the 2 ways that you can get more throwing knives. It's either that, it's either coming all the way back here just to restock on them, or you pick them off some random guy who happens to look a little bit thuggish.
Yeah, we just borrow his knives and use them instead.
Yep, pretty much.
Hop.
In the later games, you can pick stuff off of anybody that you kill, so it's a lot less hard. If you knock out the thugs, you get some throwing knives, but not as much as if you just pickpocketed them. And they, like the pickpocketing targets, will notice you if you follow them around too much, and if they think you're trying to pickpocket them, they will start a fight. But it's a fist fight, so the guards won't really care that much, but if either side draws a weapon, they are going to go hostile.
Ah. So going after another viewpoint.
Yep, because it happens to be on the way to where we're going. Although I don't think we're going to get all the way to Akka in this video. Oh, actually I know for sure, pretty much. Because we are going about... Yeah, it's almost the end of this thing. I think it only lasts for 3 more minutes.
Ah, great.
But, oh wait, or have I? No, I don't think I have. I don't think I've made the compressed version of the third yet.
I can start up that later.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, you see that group of guards right there?
Oh, Templars.
Later in the game, well, actually, they're just King Richards.
Ah,
not Templars.
Crusaders.
Regular Crusaders, yeah. But, later in the game, I will pretty much feel confident just rushing through here, and if the guards throw me off the horse, then, well, they're going to pay for it in a mountain of bodies. Because later in the game, you are just that awesome. If not, then you deserve to die anyways.
Yeah. You aren't that good at fighting. You deserve to die.
Now, if you play this game a lot, your counter kills in 2 Revelations and Brotherhood should be a little better because your timing will be more advanced than the game actually expects.
Yeah.
But, it's not going to help you too much in 3 or 4. Because they are entirely different. And, speaking of 3 and 4, seriously, what is up with things mauling me? Like, in 4, I can't... It feels like it doesn't even give me enough time to react at all. By the time I've noticed the prompt and pressed E, it's already said no, too late. So, basically, since it won't let me just quick shoot the freaking jaguars, I pretty much have to aim and hope that I'm going to shoot it before it gets to me again. And I believe it is about to end right here. So let's say our goodbyes.
Bye, people. This has been Chaos Dragon and
Silver in the Shadow, and next time there will be even more stabbing and killing of guards and occasionally another person.
jumping off